Sean. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Good, good. Here to talk about chains, studded tires, and how to stay safe in the snow.
Awesome. Sounds great. Let's do it.
I'm here with Tony. He is the manager of the Westland Schwab, and right in my backyard as well, by the way. Tony, it's great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Last time I saw you, you were saving me.
Well, we do that a lot.
You do that a lot. All I had to do was just pull in. You know, I didn't call ahead, just like anybody can do. And hey, I got a tire problem. And we're going to talk a little bit about something similar to that today. We got snow everywhere up in the mountains, and you got to be safe. And there's a number of ways to do it, let alone traction tires and studded tires, but chains. But what are the most common types of traction devices when you're talking about chains or socks that you see people needing when they come in?
You know, and it really depends on the type of vehicle you have. Check the owner's manual on the vehicle. The owner's manual will direct you to whether A, run certain styles on, and B, what position to put them on.
Okay, meaning the front or the back?
Front or the rear,
okay.
exactly.
Sure.
Many vehicles today, the newer the vehicle, there's a good chance that it will dictate certain things. Just because you have chain that fits your tire doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to work on your vehicle for clearance purposes.
Sure.
So always consult your owner's manual first. It'll dictate pretty much which style that you can use.
So we've got 4 different styles here. We're going to end on the style that I carry around in my Chevy Silverado. First things first, we'll start it right here. So this is called a sock.
Yeah, the Easy Sock.
Okay, and it's not new anymore. It's been around for a little while.
Correct, okay. And they are ODOT approved as a traction device. And generally what you'll see those used on are vehicles really limited clearance.
Sure.
They don't have the clearance for the chain. This is the option that they'll need to use for those type of vehicles. We have in many different sizes, pretty much can fit anything, even up to semi-truck tires.
Wow.
So they are an added traction device that you can use while going over the mountains.
Snow, ice, all that. This will
yep, absolutely. Use them in all conditions. But the big thing to remember is even though they're fairly simple to install, they're durable, they're not as durable as chains as far as longevity to use them, but they are very good traction devices to use for limited clearance vehicles.
Okay, well, let's progress. Let's take a look at something a little bit more aggressive. You got something a little bit more cable than what I would call chains, but still a little bit more aggressive than what the sock would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Any traction device, whether it be the socks, the cables, the chains, do have a limited speed of maximum 30 miles an hour. So make sure, even though some of them are easier to drive on than others, you want to keep your speed low.
Sure.
These are nice, durable, added traction device. A little bit more involved in the installation on those. And any chain, we also always recommend that you purchase them, practice on them at home so you can orient yourself on how they go on in your nice warm garage. Because the worst time to try and learn how to put chains on is in the middle of a snowstorm, where you have the instructions down, you're trying to insert tab A into slot B, right? That does 2 things. It allows you to orient yourself with how they go on so you can get it quickly and easily done. And secondly, to make sure of fitment as well and clearance.
I know exactly what he means by trying to install them when it's snowing outside and windy at 40-mile-an-hour breezes.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's take a look at the next step up. So now you're talking about a true chain as opposed to a cable and a sock. This is actually a chain setup.
Yes, this is our quick fit diamond chain. They are a low profile as well as the cables are. You're going to get a little bit more traction with these. You have a lot more cross links on there to give you added traction. Those are excellent for hard packed snow, ice. And you can even use them during freezing rain, but you're going to drive really slowly and real careful with them because you want to have that cushion for those. Once you orient yourself with these as well, they're fairly simple to install. They're not overly involved. They're quite durable. I've had people run these for years and years.
All right, well then let's just step it up to what I would say is the most aggressive style of chain, right? I actually carry these chains in my truck. I run 37 1250s on 22.
That's exactly what these style of chains for. These for your larger trucks, your semi-trucks will run these. They are going to give you the most amount of traction in a really packed snow and ice situation. Once you install them, all these cams are open, so get them as tight as you can here. And then once you do that, you can really cinch them down with these cams, and this tool's provided as well, and that just keeps them nice and firmly.
I mean, super tight. And I learned something very, very quickly, and that's something that you can do as well. When you come in to see the folks at Schwab, there's so many different versions that are available. Again, it all depends on the rig that you're driving, the type of tires that are on it, and what your owner's manual says you can get away with. Okay, getting that all out of the way, understanding which one's going to be best for you takes the advice from Tony. And then of course, I would highly recommend that you learn how to use them, because I had no idea that there was a tool to be used to tighten these links up on the chains that I'm carrying. So I already learned something, and it's sunny and dry outside and we're standing inside. So these are things that you can learn when you come into Les Schwab. Tony, we appreciate the heads up and the advice. We're also going to take a look at some of the other versions that are available, traction tires, studs, other options that you might have outside of chains, but certainly don't let the chains intimidate you, because there will be times where these will get you in, and in my situation, sometimes out of the trouble that you just got yourself in because you thought you could do whatever you want. Okay, Tony, so we looked at the options for chains and, of course, the sock, which is not a chain, but it's very similar.
Yeah.
But now, studded and traction tire versions. Somebody's going to say, I don't want to run chains. Owner's manual says, I can't run chains. These are your options. Explain to what these actually are going to do and how they're going to benefit your customer.
Well, we have 3 great options. We have studded tires, studless snow tires, and we have all-weather tire. The studded tires we're going to provide the best traction for you when you're on a hockey rink, right? So when you're going over the mountain and you've got packed ice, or we have the freezing rain down here in the valley, or the ice storm like we had a couple years ago, black ice. The studs are what's going to give you the best traction in those conditions. The studless tires will give you good traction in those situations, but not quite as good as the studs.
Okay.
The difference between the two is if studded tires do have a little bit of impact on the road, but a little bit of impact on the road, they're a little noisy, and if you have a stamped driveway, it can leave little marks on it, right? That's what provides the traction. Whereas a studless snow tire provides excellent traction in all conditions, but it performs more like your normal summer tires. You don't have the noise of the studs, you don't have the impacts on the road or your driveway. And then your all-weather tire is a tire that you can run year-round. It is a snow-rated tire. It has a 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol, but it's a tire that's going to give you longevity. And if you don't want to have 2 sets of tires, that might be an option you want to look at. It's a highly traction tire, just like an all-terrain pickup tire that is rated for extreme weather as well.
Well, and along with the chains and options that you have when you're talking about traction tires, you have a heck of a warranty as well.
Any of the snow tires carry America's best tire warranty. The tire is replaced for free if it's damaged beyond repair. Any passenger and light truck tire that we sell carries that same warranty for free. You don't have to purchase a certificate. You get that just from buying tires from Les Schwab.
Which is a comfort zone for all of us that rely on good tires to get all around the Northwest. But these are all, again, things that you can learn when they come in to see you.
Yeah, and we have over 500 locations to serve you for the warranty or for just general service whatsoever. And again, you can either make an appointment at www.leschwab.com or just come on in. We take you on a walk-in basis, no problem at all.
Very cool. Tony, it's great to see you.
Oh, thanks so much.
Hopefully
Appreciate
I see you again when it's nice and sunny and not miserable outside.
Absolutely. Go catch some fish.
Get to Les Schwab, they'll dial you in.